welcome back to Tech Shack. And as always, now hitting our 80th episode. Lots of interesting stories in Pakistan. And last but not least, we have with us today Wahaj Ahmed, the co-founder of Retailo. They're making great leaps and bounds in the distribution business in Pakistan and the Middle East. With that, Wahaj, thank you for coming. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Farooq. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure to have you. And as we always do in Tech Check style, Wahaj, let's jump right in. What is Retailo?
Retailo is an online B2B e-commerce platform, and we use our technology to connect retailers and manufacturers essentially. So our goal is to empower 10 million SMEs within the MENA region. So that is what we are up to.
Oh, that's fantastic. So going into a little more detail, so how do you empower these people? What's the process? What are you changing?
Essentially, these people have been operating corner stores within our region for decades now. And it's a completely archaic and offline process of restocking that happens in these stores. So we are essentially giving them a mobile app through which they can order inventory for their stores on a next day delivery basis.
Right.
And we are essentially offering them very competitive pricing, fast delivery, and essentially the ability to order digitally, and getting them away from the process of going to these large wholesale markets or interacting with sales reps all day. So we're essentially providing them convenience in the shape of a mobile application.
Great. How is the uptake for that, given that it was such a traditional business?
The uptake has been phenomenal. And the reason for that, and when I say phenomenal, we are serving more than, now we have served more than 50,000 customers on our application. And our sort of reason for that has been primarily that Pakistan and both MENA are extremely young populations. So there's a huge sort of number of now these mom and pop stores which are run by people under the ages of 30. So they are very adept at using YouTube, TikTok, PUBG even, and essentially for them to order using a mobile application is almost natural.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about your competitors, because I know you're not alone in that world. How is that field looking?
Competitive space in this industry is quite there are a significant number of competitors, and I'll talk about them. But I think what's important to mention, I'm reading something this morning, is that Apple and Microsoft are two giants that have been going at each other for 20 years now, but both of them are $2 trillion companies. So I feel similarly about this space, because the opportunity size in the MENA region for this market is $500 billion, and 60 to 70% of that still operates through informal retail. So I think that is the space for either 30 decacons or at least 300 unicorns, right? So it's going to be that way. And so just talking about our competitors, I think our competitor is in Saudi. It's a company called Sari. And essentially within the region, there's another company called Maksab, which we compete with. And within Pakistan, you're a host of competition with 5 companies, essentially Dastagir, Jugnu, Bazaar, and Tajir. And a lot of smaller companies that are popping up as well now, like likes of Park Retailers, Bulkways, etc. So this is a very, very competitive space.
Got it. And what is your view on the Pakistan ecosystem? What do you see? Are there more players coming?
I think the Pakistan ecosystem has completely jump-started in the last 2 years, I think. And I think it's primarily driven by sort of the new influx of capital and the stability in the macro situation that has risen essentially in the country. And I think, and besides myself as well, even I think mainly it's the quality of founders that have increased in the diaspora very quickly. and it's like experienced people coming back to do these businesses. So not like extremely young people who are just out of college, because in Pakistan most of the business models are which we call not extremely original ideas, but businesses that have worked well in other parts of the world. And
Right.
considering that it's the fifth largest country with one of the youngest populations in the world, it's a very, very strong market for a lot of these ideas.
Great, great. Well, as you know, we keep Tech Check pretty short. Last question.
Yeah.
What do you need from the diaspora?
So I think we would love two things essentially. Keep cheering for the ecosystem, and especially in the VC world, that there's still some apprehension about entering the Pakistan and the MENA market in itself. That it's not a target geography ever. And with sort of the new developments in next door to us, I think it has sort of become even more crucial that we highlight how stable the situation is and how unaffected now Pakistan is. I think that is number one. And the second is essentially help people to reduce the brain drain, right? So we need less people moving out and more people coming back, or essentially staying to be part of these revolution, essentially companies like us. So I think that both would be sort of my primary thoughts for the diaspora.
Excellent. You know what, Wahaj, really nice to have you on the show. Always great to hear from founders like yourself, people who are taking the risk, leaving very lucrative careers to go and make a difference in Pakistan. So kudos to you and your team for doing what you're doing. We wish you the best.
Thank you, Farooq. Thank you. Really nice to be here.
Great. And with that, for our audience, as you can see, 80 episodes, folks, and there's still more to go. There's an amazing thing happening in that Pakistan ecosystem. Please like, share, subscribe, learn more about what's going on. If you have particular candidates for us, love to hear from you. Please, we have all kinds of messaging mediums. You can reach us through those. And with that, I bid you all Allah Hafiz.